Hello. I'm good. How you doing? Okay. Okay.
Not a couple minutes, like less than a minute. I'll be right with you.
Okay.
Alright, thanks.
No problem.
That's right. You heard it from the man. This country was built on slavery since inception. And you know what? Real lyrics, real hip hop, we support that. We support all kinds of real positive music and reality music right here on the Rise and Radio Show. And we have the joy and the pleasure of having the artist himself, Mama Ray, the eighth side, aka Mr. Jermaine Price is with us. Can you hear me, sir? Are you with us?
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Those are some serious lyrics you're dropping. That's the kind of reality lyrics we love to hear. That's a real boom bap.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I just try to stay true to the culture,
Yeah, well, it's underground nowadays. The guys like yourselves who are still, holding that torch, holding that essence of hip hop the way, people have loved it for so many years. The sound has changed a lot. The younger generations have brought in, their flavor or whatever.
Yeah.
But now that sound has gone underground, but it's still out there, and artists like yourself are keeping the torch lit strong. And it really is reassuring to know that that form of art that we all grew up to live and love, is still alive and still out there representing people like yourself. So big up yourself, I'm gonna raise you. I thank you again for coming on the show.
No problem. Hip hop ain't dead. It never was.
Yes, sir. So I just wanted to give you quickly the opportunity to introduce yourself to the listeners out there who may not be familiar with you. I briefly mentioned earlier as well, you're obviously a rapper and MC, but I also mentioned that you are a TV producer as well. I'd love to get a chance to talk about that as well. You have a lot of different things going on, a rich history, a real interesting growth story as well. So can you give us a little bit of background about who you are and how you came up to being involved with music and all that?
My name is Amon Ray, the A sign. Originally Jermaine Price. I'm a country boy from North Carolina who lives in a town called Forest City, North Carolina. And I got into hip hop because honestly, my mother had a record collection way back in the day, and she kept the record collection. Coming up, we always had like music playing, whether it was Betty White, Motown, it doesn't really matter. She played hip hop, she played rap. I came up on gangster rap, a lot of Snoop Dogg, a lot of West Coast music, a lot of East Coast music, which is, strongly influenced my sound. So coming up, Big Pun, Big L, Rakim, Nas, all that. And then also just studying music and just being interested in different genres. That's how I got into music. Started writing poems at, young age. The typical story, but then I really started recording at 16. And then that's when people started letting me know that they really like my music. And I really went strong with it. And I was working, just doing little side-end jobs, working at, fast food jobs and things like that. The small town that I came up in, it wasn't really a lot of opportunities. Because it was really like everything closed at 10 o'clock. And what I was used to seeing coming up was like, you work and you work at a mill, the mill shut down, and then you basically try to find another job, make ends meet, and all that. So that's what I was used to. But I had since I was young, I always had I just had dreams of something bigger for myself, you know, and
a drive to look for something.
a drive, yeah, definitely a drive to look for something bigger. Hip hop gave me that voice. That's how I actually got into television, because I went back to school. Because, you know, I dropped out of high school in like my second round in the 11th grade, just because I wasn't focused, you know, and all that.
Right.
And then dropped out. I walked to school, walked to the community college in my area, got my GED, and then after that, I just worked, did what I was used to seeing, you know. So, and no one ever really.
Wait, hold on. You're skipping something that's important.
Okay.
Well, I'd really like to know about it. What was the moment that gave you that motivation? You know, between the time when you dropped out in 11th grade and that moment where you decided to go and walk into the community college. You know, that's a big step. So what happened that motivated you, that spark that was like, all right, I need to get back on it?
Well, see, that's the thing. I went and got my GED, and that's where I stopped. And then at 25, I was, you know, still doing the same thing, working, and I was in the parking lot at Burger King, working at 25, and I was 25 years old, working at Burger King, high school dropout, GED, and I was thinking just like, I'm gonna be 30 in 5 years, and I want more for my life. What am I doing with myself? What am I doing? So then I went over to the college and. Excuse me?
You kind of took a step back and looked at where you were and where you wanted to be, and something inside of you said, all right, this is not good enough, and pushed you to go out there and pursue something better for yourself.
I call it my quarter life crisis.
I like that. Quarter life crisis. That's a thing. Yeah.
I had a quarter life crisis, went back to school, you know, and I picked up a camera, you know, and you know, going to school, it really like helped me see that I didn't know I was smart, you know, and it may sound crazy, but I didn't know what my potential was. I didn't know my full potential.
Right.
And it helped me see my full potential.
I can totally understand that.
And then after I graduated in 2010, and then I started applying for jobs in like 2011, the end of 2011, 2012, I got a call. And then I got a job at the Judge Mathis show. And then, so I moved to Chicago. I was just, you know, I hadn't been anywhere or anything like that, like just small town dude, you know, and so I moved up.
That's when your dream is starting, right?
Yeah, exactly. The dream is starting. And so I went and chased it, and I caught it. You know, I went and chased it, and I caught it. And I moved to Chicago by myself. I ain't have no family, no friends. I ain't know anybody here, but you know, it was basically just like, I got to do what I got to do, because at the end of the day, now that I understand, because when I was in school, there was this guy, Mr. Smith, Dr. Johnny Smith, and he was part of the Minority Male Mentoring Program. And we took the ride that the Freedom Riders took. We went to Atlanta, Montgomery. I walked across Selma. I went to Selma. I walked across Pettus Bridge. You know, we went to the Capitol. Went out, you know, and we got to talk to people that was a part of the struggle and really was there. They was like kids walking and marching. They was teenagers, you know, telling me all these stories, and that had a real impact on me. And I started reflecting on, you know, what being honestly a black man in America mean to me, and the imprint that I want to leave, and how it impacts my family. And you know, when I leave, I just want to, and I want to change. I want to change the narrative of my family, you know. And I'm trying to change the future. You know what I'm saying? That's my goal, to change the future, because now that I've set the standard, it's more is expected in a certain sense, you know, or you know that it can be done. Because I didn't know anybody that went to college. I didn't know people that went to college or any of that, you know, like, so.
I mean, you know, like, you gotta give, I mean, you know, a story like yours inspires admiration because of the fact that from your own drive and your own desire, your own will, you made these things happen, you made these changes happen, you pursued certain things that you knew, okay, that's gonna make a difference in my life. And it totally did. You believed in yourself, went for it. Going to Chicago without knowing anybody, just, you know, having a job is great, but that's not everything. You go to a new place, you gotta live there. You don't know anybody. That's a big move. So you know what? Think of yourself having that confidence, and like you said, I like that, changing the narrative. And it seems like your way of changing the narrative was by actually taking control of it and rewriting it in your own way.
Exactly. That's the goal. You know, because I mean, and my mother, she was, you know, single mother. She worked full time, you know, working late, and she did everything that she could, you know. But I think just over on the bigger view, it's like sometimes you can only dream as far as you've seen other people go. You know, and I had in my mind that certain opportunities were for other people. You know, like college, that's for people with money. Or this opportunity is for people that look a certain way. And then once I realized all the opportunities are for me, you know, all of them they mine, you know, so that's
and
it.
You realize you're the biggest, your own self is the biggest obstacle towards the achievement of your own goals, right?
Exactly. I was my biggest enemy, you know, but it goes into seeing, knowing.
You conquered that. That's huge. People spend their whole lives trying to achieve that. And you had your quarter life crisis, as you said. You had your quarter life crisis, and you surmounted that. You outgrew that, and here you are today. You're still a young man, but man, you got so many places you can go.
Yeah, and now like I won an Emmy with the show. We won an Emmy, so like I'm an Emmy nominated TV producer. You know, like.
So you've been with the Judge Mathis show since 2011,
2012, yes.
2012. So you still with the show? You've been with them since then.
I started as a PA and moved up, and now I'm a producer. And I mean, I can't even explain how much that opportunity changed my life. You know, it really, because I grew up admiring him. You know, like I really truly admired him, and like work next. It's like. It's really like dreams come true. Dreams, you know, they do come true.
That's huge. Yes, sir. But it's not just about dreams, you know, it's about really like perseverance, believing in yourself.
Yeah.
And all these ways that you empower your own self to take control of your own destiny. That's a beautiful thing, and it should inspire everybody out there. If you're doubting about what you're doing, or maybe you're considering some changes in your life, but you don't believe in yourself to go through with it.
Yeah.
You know, throw all those doubts away. Just come on, believe in yourself. Jump in it head first, and you know, the best can come from these kinds of decisions. And I'm not saying you should make silly decisions and not weigh the consequences, but I'm just saying believe in yourself, have the confidence, and write your own story. You know?
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. That's what you have to do.
Tell us a little more about your music career. You started recording at the age of 16. You started getting real good feedback from that. And then what came from that? Well, what evolved? You know, how did that evolve from there?
Yeah. Well, so 16. It was like there was a record store back home, and it was a studio above, so that's where we started recording. And I had a little rap group with my friends from high school called Camouflage Assassins. I actually still have that music online. Yeah, it was called Camouflage Assassins. So we did that. Yeah, you know, groups break up, and then me and some other friends formed another group. And we were actually moving around. We was called Rep Entertainment, and we were moving around, and we started doing shows, and we was performing. We put out a good EP. It was like 7 of us because we was trying to be like the Wu-Tang Clan of our area, you know. That's why I have such a long rap name. Amon Ray, the A sign, because I came up with
that comes from that era.
It comes from that era, you know. That comes from that era. So we did that for a while. We had a little buzz, and then that's the reason I went back to school, because I was going back to school to run a studio, learn how to run a studio so I can start my own studio. Then I got into TV. I honestly put the music down for a while because when I moved to Chicago, it was such a drastic move that I had to focus on learning a new area and all that, and just learning the new area, learning how to navigate through it, building my foundation and everything like that. And then also in 2012, the year that I moved to Chicago, my brother was murdered. So that's like that put me in a real bad place, you know what I'm saying, for a long time. You know? And then I didn't really like start doing music again until I started writing again in 2014. And then in 2017, I put out all the old music, and I've been putting out music since then. Now, since I have started, I put out my first project, Let Us Pray, in August of 2017. Since I put out that project, I put out New Strange Fruit, which is the track you were playing. And I was contacted by a producer from Italy named Dirty Meth Dopamine, which is the producer on all the tracks for New Strange Fruit, the New Strange Fruit EP. So we did a track, we did all those together. We had it mixed and mastered, and it's all available on all streaming platforms now. I'm currently in the working zone, you know, trying to get shows and building, you know, just building again, you know, but I'm on all streaming platforms. I have, I think I got like over 100,000 streams on my Spotify. You know, it's not extremely lucrative or whatever, but I'm doing, exactly. And thank you. And I mean, I'm doing everything, you know, I am my team, you know, so it's like trying to work, but I'm really taking it serious. And I mean, I think I made a lot of strides. I joined an online group called Cypher Circuit, which, you know, allowed me the opportunity to go to Philadelphia and, you know, be part of their cipher. You know, that cipher they have like regular ciphers, so I was in that cipher, and just trying to get more opportunities right now.
And battles and all those kind of situations.
Excuse me?
I was saying, you're comfortable with freestyling and battling those kind of situations?
I'm comfortable with, I'm not really truly like a battle rapper though. You know, I've done it like very minimal in my time. You know, I've done it very minimal. I mean, I think I'm fairly decent at it just because I'm slightly clever. You know, it's more humorous, humorous Matt Hoffa type of, you know.
Hey, but that's a great strength. That's a great strength in that situation. Making people laugh, and we're going on this side already.
So, yeah. But right now I'm just building, you know, exposing the brand, trying to build the brand, and, you know, just put out more projects. I'm about to get back in the studio. I got more, you know, tracks that I'm about to put out, and still keep promoting and just trying to get shows and trying to get, so if you want to Monterey the A-Sign to perform at your location, you know, hit me up on my Instagram, email, and all that good stuff. You know.
Yes, sir. And before I played that track of yours, New Strange Fruit, I actually kicked it off with Sarah. Really like that track, Sarah. If you tell us a little more about it, about the lyrics, about the message that you're talking about, it's a deep track.
Oh man, Sarah. So I'm not sure if you're not familiar with the story of, you know, Sarah Bartman. They call her the Hottentot Venus. She was the black queen that they stole from her homeland, South Africa, I believe. She was like a cattle herder, her people were. And, you know, they took her to like Europe, and they basically, you know, they raped her, they made her a sideshow. Eventually, like, when she eventually died, I think she became like a prostitute and all that. And her body sat in a museum in France, I think it was France, for like 200 years before she was even able to go back to her resting place. But the thing that attracted them about her was her voluptuous features, which was like she had a very large behind, you know. And I think the parallels to that with the way that, you know, the Instagram models, and, you know, how, you know, implants are popular now. It's like when I say, it's like I turn on the TV every day and see Sarah. That's really how I feel, because her story is being replayed over and over and over and over by young women all across the world. And I mean, not even to get even too deep into it, but that's even when you think about, you know, human trafficking and things like that, you know, it goes even that deep, you know. But that's really what that song is about. It's about that story trying to change the narrative, You know, you can learn a lot from the past.
It's a crazy story, and it's great that you made a track about it and how you bring the parallel with what's going on today. And I'm really glad that you're pointing it out, that you're actually calling it out. But you know, you know, people talk about these issues and think about these issues, and it's really complicated when you think about it because, you know, like there's obviously a large share of these behaviors that are kind of like imposed on women.
Yeah.
By the fact that we're in this super patriarchal society, and you know, even when you look at the Me Too movement, for example, it's amazing that it takes a Me Too movement for, you know, a whole nation, men, brothers, uncles, fathers, you know what I mean, to realize, all right, like our women are being assaulted, are being disrespected, like it's a normal thing, and our society doesn't even do anything about it.
Yeah.
So it's really deep issues, and I think it's important also for men to think about how they kind of perpetrate these acts and perpetuate these thoughts, you know, these philosophies and mindsets that are just destructive for everybody.
It definitely is. It definitely is. I mean,
speak on it.
So I mean, so seriously, like,
really deep.
Oh, I didn't know we was getting this deep. But so, I think as a man, it's definitely you are taught a trained behavior. You know, I had to get over it because growing up, and I can only take from my experience and then try to make it into a general, you know, to speak on the general population, you know, in a general sense. So in my experience, I was told as a man, as a boy, young boy, to stop acting like a female or stop acting like a, you know, sissy. If I cried, if I showed emotion, and I think that's a lot of people get turned off by the term toxic masculinity because they feel like it's an attack on your male, you as a man. They take it, but really it's really to change the narrative of what is a man. You know, what is a man? What makes you a man? You know, because being born with a certain genitalia doesn't definitely make you a man. You know, like it's a lot to being a man. So
and also there's different things to being a man at different parts of your life too.
Exactly. And you have to be willing to have an open mind because the thing is, the oppressor can't tell the oppressed how to feel about their oppression. You know, you can't. Right. That's impossible. And I have to think about it from that standpoint. You know, when you think about whether you want to talk about, you know, white supremacy or whatever it may be, then I have to definitely turn it to this situation and say, I can't tell a woman what's appropriate for her. I can't tell her that and then not believe her. Like that doesn't make sense. And we have it's really scary. Like we do have a rape culture in America that is acceptable on a certain level by all society in general.
If you look at the amount of, you know, just statistics, you know, if you look at the number of cases that are prosecuted, versus the statistics of, you know, how many occurrences of these situations happen, it's like, you know, it's a joke. And then those that are prosecuted, you look at how many of them actually lead to based on, you know, lack of evidence, lack of this, lack of that. But what about believing the word of our women, of our daughters, of our wives, of our sisters, of our daughters? You know, like it's about this thing about why do we doubt their words to begin with?
Yeah, exactly.
Who goes around saying, you know, I've been a victim of an assault of any kind? You know, there are mentally disturbed people out there. You don't get me wrong. But other than that, who goes around claiming they've been, you know, assaulted for whatever reason? You know, that doesn't make sense. People don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we just have to learn to protect our women better. You know, that's the thing.
Yes, sir.
We just gotta,
Yes, sir.
because that's what we're supposed to do. You know,
right?
that's what we're supposed to do.
It's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. But anyway, I'm glad we can have this conversation because the track is really deep, and I'm glad we can go a little into the meaning of that. And it's a great story. It's a great track as well. So I'm gonna. Can you remind the people what's the best way for them to get in touch with you, to find your music, and to stay with you on social media?
You can find me on my Instagram page at ART8S. That's letter ART, number 8, letter S. It's simple as that on all my social media platforms. You can find me as Amon Ray, the 8th sign. That is AMONRETHE, number 8TH, SIGN.com. You can find me there, or just go to the link on my Instagram. That'll be a lot simpler for a lot of people. Go to the link on my Instagram or my Facebook and check out my links. I also have merch for positive t-shirts and things like that. So check me out.
And by any chance, do you ever appear on camera on the show, on the Judge Mathis show, or are you always behind the scenes?
No, that's all behind the scenes. All behind the scenes.
All right. So if you're out there watching the show, look out for Jermaine Price's name out there on the credits at the end of the show. Big him up. Now you're working hard. Multiple aspects, multi-talented gentlemen. Big up yourself. Anybody you'd like to shout out?
Shout out to Daphne Price for giving birth to such a, for being the best mama in the world. Thank you very much. Shout out to my brothers, my sisters, nieces, nephews, Fall City, North Carolina. We are on the map. We doing it, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm representing. Shout out to everybody back home. You know, like for real. Brimtown, stand up.
Pick up the whole Florida City, North Carolina, the whole North Carolina matches.
Exactly. Shout out to all y'all.
Jermaine, thank you so much for coming on the show. It was a pleasure. Thanks for delving into these serious topics, but also talking about your really inspiring path. And I hope it inspires listeners out there to go out there and believe in themselves and do what they've been doubting that they could do all this time. Just go ahead and do it. Believe in yourself. Do it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you very much. God bless.
It was a pleasure. We look forward to having you again on this show. All right, big up yourself.
All right, bye. Big ups to you too.
All right, I appreciate you.
All right.
There you go, Kids Radio. You heard it straight from the man, Amon-Ra, the 8th sign, aka Mr. Jermaine Price. And we're gonna keep it moving with another one of his tracks called Dream Girl.
What? Did I hang up now?
Let it be the girl of my dreams. Let it be the girl of my dreams. And let it